All right, guys, you've been reading Act 1, Act 2, and Act 3, and this week you're delving into Act 4. The essential question here is, how does plot develop over the course of a story? So we have the plot thickening, and things are getting pretty intense in Romeo and Juliet here. Your objective is to read and analyze a play for plot and character development. Specifically, we're going to talk about Juliet's character development and Friar Lawrence's plan and how she is very not secure with his plan. All right, some of her fears that she exhibits. So in Act 4, there is the plan, and we're going to review the plan so that you guys fully understand. On the left side, I've covered up the original version, and then on the right side, you'll see the present version, the translated version. So I'm going to read these to you, and I want you guys to think of the questions on the left. So as I read, what are some of the things that Juliet says she would rather do than marry Paris? Remember, she's slated to marry Paris. Her dad is adamant about it. He calls her very naughty names, and she's, of course, upset. She doesn't trust her family. She has no one to go to at this point, and she goes to Friar. And I'm going to read. Friar says, "Hold on, daughter. I see some hope. But we must act boldly because the situation is so desperate. If you've made up your mind to kill yourself instead of marrying Count Paris, then you'll probably be willing to try something like death to solve this shameful problem. You can wrestle with death to escape from shame. And if you dare do it, I'll give you the solution." Juliet says, "Oh, you can tell me to jump off the battle posts of any tower, or to walk down the crime-ridden streets of a slum, or tell me to sit in a field full of poisonous snakes, chain me up with wild bears, hide me every night in a morgue full of dead bodies with wet, smelly flesh and skulls without jawbones. Or tell me to climb down into a freshly dug grave and hide me with a dead man in his tomb. All of those ideas make me tremble when I hear them named, but I will do them without fear or dread in order to be a pure wife to my sweet love." So those are all the things that she would rather do than marry Paris, who's a respectable, great guy. Makes no sense to me, but she's very dramatic, as you can see. I wouldn't want to do any of those things. Friar says, "Hold on then. Go home." Here's the plan. "Be cheerful and tell them you agree to marry Paris. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Tomorrow night, make sure that you are alone. Don't let the nurse stay with you in your bedroom. When you're in bed, take this vial. Mix its contents with liquor and drink. Then a cold, sleep-inducing drug will run through your veins, and your pulse will stop. Your flesh will be cold, and you'll stop breathing. The red in your lips and your cheeks will turn pale, and your eyes will shut. It will seem like you're dead. You won't be able to move, and your body will be stiff like a corpse. You'll remain in this death-like state for 42 hours. And then you'll wake up as if from a pleasant sleep. Now, when the bridegroom comes to get you out of bed on Thursday morning, you'll seem dead." That's Paris. "Then, as tradition demands, you'll be dressed up in your best clothes, put in an open coffin, and carried to the Capulet family tomb." So I'm going to pause there. Friar, who's the priest, has already married them. Juliet can't get married to Paris, keep in mind. And she said previously on the previous slide, she doesn't want to. So he's giving her a vial that will make her look dead for 42 hours. Paris will come find her dead and go, "Oh, my wife, my soon-to-be wife, you're dead." And then her parents will start the burial process. Okay, she won't actually be put in the ground, she'll be put in a tomb. Okay? She'll be carried to the Capulet family tomb. Meanwhile, Friar will send word to Romeo of our plan. Romeo will come here and will keep watch for you when you wake up. That night, Romeo will take you to Mantua. This plan will free you from the shameful situation that troubles you now, as long as you don't change your mind or become scared like a silly woman and ruin your effort. Juliet says, "Give me the vial. Give it to me. Don't talk to me about fear." Friar gives her the vial, and he says, "Now go along on your way. Be strong and successful in this decision. I'll send a friar to Mantua with my letter for Romeo." And Juliet says, "Love will give me strength, and strength will help me accomplish this plan. Goodbye, dear father." So, Juliet's going to take the vial. She's going to seem dead. Friar Lawrence, remember, Romeo's been exiled. from Verona to Mantua. Friar is going to send word to another friar, from priest to priest, to tell this information to Romeo, so that Romeo comes back, rescues her, and they both go to Mantua and live there forever. Sounds like a really good plan, right? She's not going to get in trouble with her parents. She's not going to marry someone she hates. And Romeo and Juliet will be together forever now. This is going to work out perfectly. But we know Shakespeare. Juliet says goodbye. Only God knows when we'll meet again. There is a slight cold fear cutting through my veins. It almost freezes the heat of life. I'll call them back here to comfort me. Nurse! Oh, what would she do here? In my desperate situation, I have to act alone. All right, here's the vial. What if this mixture doesn't work? Will I be married tomorrow morning? No, this knife will stop it. Lie down right here. She lays down with the knife. What if the friar mixed the potion to kill me? Is he worried that he will be disgraced if I marry Paris after he married me to Romeo? I'm afraid that it's poison, and yet it shouldn't be poison because he's a trustworthy, holy man. What if when I'm put in the tomb I wake up before he comes to save me? That's a frightening idea. Won't I suffocate in the tomb? There's no healthy air to breathe in there. Will I die of suffocation before Romeo comes? So you can see she's preparing to take the vial, and she's freaking out a little bit. Will I die of suffocation, or will if I live, I'll be surrounded by death and darkness? It'll be terrible. There will be bones, hundreds of them years old in that tomb, my ancestors' bones. Tybalt's body will be in there freshly entombed, and its corpse will be rotting. They say that during the night the spirits are in tombs. Oh no, I'll wake up and smell awful odors. I'll hear screams that would drive people crazy. If I wake up too early, won't I go insane with all these horrible, frightening things around me? Start playing with my ancestors' bones and pull Tybalt's corpse out of his death shroud? Will I grab one of my dead ancestors' bones and bash in my own skull? Oh, look, I think I see my cousin Tybalt's ghost. He's looking for Romeo because Romeo killed him with his sword. Wait, Tybalt, wait. Romeo. Here's a drink. I drink to you. So she drinks from the vial and falls on her bed, hidden by her bed curtains. Dun, dun, dun. What could go wrong with Friar's plan? I'm going to be the spoiler alert. Something goes drastically wrong, guys. So right now we have Juliet, who's just taken the vial. She's going to be asleep for 42 hours, and more is going wrong. I'll leave you with that. Come to class. See you later.